Evening, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the Premier League weekly preview that we do every single week, as per usual. And today we're gonna preview the Champions League. We're gonna preview the Premier League and give a quick review of the Champions League games that happened. Because I think we should bring some games up. They were a classic, especially the Benfica Barca game, PSG Man City. I didn't watch the full PSG Man City game. I was watching the Madrid game because Madrid are
Fair
just
enough.
Madrid are the best team. So yeah, you gotta watch it. Although they're not in the best position in the Champions League, still, when you got Mbappe, Vinny up top, it's exciting. And then you got and then we had the United Rangers game. So we'll definitely talk about all the everything unfolded. Josh, back again. Love talking footy with you, mate. And
Thank
that's
you
why
very
you're on
much.
every show. That's why you're on every show, man. And let's get the show rolling. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Obviously, Arsenal beat the mighty Dinamo Zagreb 3-0, where we've essentially qualified for the top eight. We'd have to lose against Girona by about 5 goals if we're not to finish in the top eight. Um, like I
Right.
said to you off camera, I couldn't actually watch the game. I was at work, but I even at work I was there's this website called Arseblog which live blogs the Arsenal game, so I was refreshing that, seeing what updates were going in. Saw we were 1-0
Mm.
up after 2 minutes and was very happy, but then I saw it was 1-0 at half time and I was like, what's going on there? We should be, no offense to Dimo Zagreb, but we should be smashing them realistically,
Nah. Yeah,
considering
and you guys got 3-0 results. So I mean that's a
eventually.
good result on your end, and you guys have not qualified. I mean you've already qualified, but to seal like a top three finish in the Champions League is a good is good because now you guys are gonna play maybe obviously no, sorry, my bad. Top eight are gonna play against the bottom eight that qualify out of the playoffs. So that's gonna be that's gonna be something that we see, like, because Real Madrid are in the bottom eight. You know, Inter Milan are
Can't
in the
wait.
bottom eight, and the playoffs gonna unfold.
AC
So we're
Milan.
gonna talk about the playoffs. AC Milan as well. Yeah,
Well, no,
no,
Inter Milan are at the top, aren't they? They're near the top.
yeah, and then obviously PSG. Maybe you got Man. So obviously, English clubs can't play each other in the round 16 yet. I think up
Quarters.
until like the quarter. Yeah, up until the quarters. So yeah, so it is what it is. But yeah, people. Um, the first thing when you enter the video is make sure you guys liking the video and make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. If you're new around here, obviously, if you'd like to see some of these, more of these, obviously, all you got to do is just hit the like button and subscribe, really. And yeah, let's get started. Um, we've got to start off with the classic games, haven't we? Benfica, Barcelona. Like, that is. I was watching it with my friend. I was kind of like sleeping. I was kind of had my eyes shut midway. I was like, Barca scored again. Barca scored again. And I'm like, what? How did Benfica throw away this game? Like, because I saw Benfica go 1-0 up. Yeah, the Barca, I think, equalized. And then it was like,
Yeah.
2-1 Benfica, 3-1 Benfica. And Benfica had an absolute, like, Barcelona had an absolute blunder as well going into like one of the goals, because was it Balde, or was it yeah, it was Balde, wasn't it? And Chesney just colliding, like, what, like, the lack of the miscommunication there could have led to serious injury, man. And that was crazy. But bro, take it away, man. That game was an all-time and is an all-time, man.
Well, Well, following that, you had the Rafinha's first goal, I think it was. I think the keeper pretty much shot the ball directly into his face and it deflected in. So that set the tone for a rather crazy 90 minutes. One thing I will say about Rafinha's winner, if he didn't score that, Benfica would have certainly been awarded a penalty for what happened beforehand.
Oh yeah, Benfica. I
Didn't
saw that. I I'll say something crazy. It looked a bit soft.
Do
But
you
what?
think, for me, that was more blatant than the two penalties that they were given, in my opinion. But, we agree to disagree on that one.
I mean, because looking at it, yeah, Benfica. Like, when I saw the replay, I was like, is that really a penalty? Like, people are saying Benfica were robbed. Like, because I looked at it again, and I was like, this that looks soft. But obviously, you cannot really tell from highlights in real time. But at the same time, at the end of the day, somebody you could have given it. You may not have given it. It depends. It looked like, how Harry Maguire kind of made that, when he was pulling his shirt when he was. I'm sure you watched a bit of the Rangers highlights. It's something that I think you see that Maguire did something, but obviously the Rangers didn't claim for penalty. It was just like when he was holding him, pulling his shirt, just trying to hold off the ball. But yeah, I don't know, man. Do you think that was a penalty?
I thought it was. I thought it was more of a penalty than the 2 ones that Benfica got given. And I
Yeah,
do honestly believe that if Rafinha hadn't scored in the 96th minute, I reckon the referee would have gone to VAR and awarded a penalty. Genuinely. And
VAR.
Benfica completely chucked that away. They were 4-2 up at one stage. It was an absolutely cataclysmic capitulation.
It was 3-2.
It was 4-2.
I
swear.
No, it was. I remember it was 3-1, then 4-2, 3-1, 3-2, and then 4-2. I think, and then obviously, Barcelona pulled one back, and then they scored again. And they scored again. So yeah, Rafinha's goal. Yeah, that will go down for if Barcelona win the Champions League this year. That I don't know. I don't know how much they had to. I don't know how much they had to do to get where they are right now. It seems like where Barcelona are on the table, they're second, obviously. But
yeah,
if that goal goes in, that could go down as one of the best goals in the history of Barcelona, because if they end up winning say they win the Champions League, that goal, I think, creates headlines, or it has already. But in terms of if it leads to Barcelona winning the Champions League, that will go down as an all timer,
it's a
and all
catalyst.
100%. Like because you live for these moments, don't you? In football, it's like
Yeah.
You know what, in big moments like this happen in football. You got to cherish every single step of the way. You got to cherish every single moment, and obviously Barcelona got the winner, and fair play to them. But talk to me a bit more about the game, because obviously you see Benfica go up. What do you think happened to Benfica? What do you think actually happened to them? Like, because they completely capitulated. Like, really and truly, that I thought I'd see this game out.
Well, I think it was just a mentality issue more than anything. I think they completely lost their heads. I don't think it's anything to do tactically or anything. I genuinely just think that human psychology plays a part, and they couldn't handle it. Barcelona, once their third goal went in and they sensed to come back, there was no stopping them. Realistically, they were like I said, psychology is a massive part of football, really undervalued and understated. And for me, sometimes teams bottling it or teams going for the win, it's just inevitable. Like, genuinely, it just is. You can tell with certain games that a certain team just isn't up for it, and you know that they're not going to see it through, or the vice versa. And that Benfica Barcelona game was a prime example. I did not see Benfica winning that match after Barcelona cut the deficit to fall through.
Yeah, no, I hear you completely, because at the end of the day, you could go back and look at the chances Benfica missed as well. Like, they could have really solved this game out. That they really could have just
They
said
should
they should have put the chances away. I reckon that they completely, it'll go down as one of the most embarrassing games in the club's history, probably ever. Like, imagine going up 4-2 against the Barcelona team that's been completely out of form going into this game. They've not. I think they've won one game in the last 5 in La Liga. Last 6 games in La Liga. I can't remember how many games they've won in recent times. But that is something that, what, when Hansi Flick came in, Barcelona were steamrolling through teams. They completely ripped Madrid apart as well in the Super Cup final, and in the league as well.
They ripped Bayern apart as well. I remember.
Yeah, and then that left question marks surrounding Carlo Ancelotti's future, and then I think they were like almost 10 points clear of Real Madrid, and then Real Madrid just completely turned it around. Like, they're now top by 7 points. Like, I think it's like a 17-point swing. I think it's gonna be or at least a 14-point swing. I can't remember how many points it was, but to completely throw that away, yeah. You've not only thrown away this game. Sorry, Benfica not only thrown away this game that Barcelona has come back in. They finished third. right? Or they're about to finish third in the Champions League group, or second. I can't remember what it was. And then
Second.
they throw away the league. They threw away top of the league. I remember they had a game in hand as well, didn't they? Or Barcelona. I remember
Yeah, they
Barcelona.
did.
Madrid.
No. Madrid had a game in hand on Barcelona, but Barcelona were like
They still do.
five.
They still had that game in hand on Barcelona, but the fact that you decide to throw that away as well, like, because that could have been Hansi Flick's. Because Real Madrid have never defended the title, I think, probably in a long time.
They haven't defended the La Liga since 2008.
Yeah, because they went back to back in 2008 and 2007 or 2008, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2007, 2008, and then obviously Pep arrived at Barcelona and completely changed Spanish football.
No, I understand that because Pep came in 2008. That was his first year managing.
08, 09.
08, 09, yeah, 2008. So, I mean, look, Real Madrid have not defended the league ever since. If they do it now, it'll be very, very surprising that they don't defend the league. I felt that Real Madrid should have defended the league in about in the year when they won the Champions League three-peat. They should at least done it in one of those years, because I felt
really poor.
No, they were really, really poor. But
I think they should have won the title in 2015-16 as well. They went on like a 16-match winning run in the Liga in the second half of the season, and they still finished a point behind Barcelona.
When Zidane
they chucked that away. Yeah. They chucked that away, pissing about with Benitez earlier on in the season. So
and then the year after, they should have defended the league, because you know why? Remember the day Atletico Madrid dropped points to what was it called? The day Atletico Madrid dropped points or lost, I think, a game. Real Madrid on the same day did drop points, so they threw away the league title that year against remember the year when Suarez and Atletico Madrid won the league?
Yeah, 2021.
That was the year Real Madrid defended the league title. Could have defended the league title. So obviously, things like this happen in football. You can't guarantee, but always, like I said, Real Madrid have the ability to defend. If they have the ability to defend the league title this year, go back to back and win the league again this year, they should do it, because now you've just overcome the what was it, 17 point, like I said, 17 point deficit or a 14 point deficit, whatever it was.
One of those two.
You've got to now finish the league. You've got to now win the league at this position, or at least try and blow out Atletico Madrid, because now Atletico Madrid are behind you, and they also won their game in the Champions League. I think all three La Liga teams, all three top Atletico Madrid and Barca, Real Madrid all won their games in the Champions League. So I can't really, obviously can't really speak much on Madrid, because obviously they won 5-1, and obviously they did their job 5-1 against Salzburg. Can I really say much about that? I mean, it was just a blowout. The game we should talk about next, though, is... Sorry, any more thoughts on the game before we move on, or any?
No, I was about to say, we didn't mention off camera the final 3 Bayern Munich nil game. Now that was crazy as well.
Which one was that? The final? Oh, Feyenoord. Yes.
We haven't even remembered that. That was crazy.
Yeah, no, I just remember that the Bayern lost 3-0 to Feyenoord. I just seen, because I did completely forgot that Bayern lost 3-0. It just did not wrap around my head. How did Bayern Munich lose 3-0?
Genuinely, they had about 20 shots, about 10 shots on target. Finals keeper has an absolute worldie. And,
to be fair with you, though, actually, no, not to be fair with you. Bayern Munich needed to win this game. They needed to win this game. Because if they had won this game,
every team that isn't in the top 3 needed to win those games.
Because if they had won that game today or yesterday, they would have gone above Feyenoord. Now Feyenoord are above them with 1 point. They're level on points with Bayer Leverkusen. Who, if Bayern Munich had won that game, they'd have been above Atalanta. Sorry, yeah, they'd be above Atalanta in 7th, which would have got them into a great position going into next week, because they need to win next week now to get automatic. Because some of the names that are in the playoff positions are crazy, bro. got Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid, Juventus, PSG, and Man City are outside the top. Man City outside the top 24.
I think they'll still qualify. Not to poop on the party parade, but they've got Club Brugge at home. They'll play their first 11. I reckon they'll just about sneak through.
Yeah, they need to win that one, and I'm just seeing that now. That they play Bruges at home. So yeah,
Club
let's
Brugge
talk about
are above them as well.
Sorry.
Club Brugge are above them as well. They're in the qualifier as well.
So let's say this scenario: if Man City drop point, if Man City draw, if Man City wins,
if Man City don't win, they're eliminated.
Pretty much.
No, genuinely, it is.
So let's say PSG win, Sporting win, Benfica win, Club Brugge win. Actually no, Man City will still go through then. So yeah, City need to win and they go through. If City drop points and they get knocked out of the Champions League, what does this mean for them? What do you think this means for Pep? What do you think this means for for the rest of the season? Because I don't see them winning the league. The league for me is over for them.
I don't know. They're only 6 points behind Arsenal and Forest in second/third. So I think Liverpool are still winning it, but I think City they're still more than capable of finishing second, as it stands.
I don't know.
I genuinely think that if Man City somehow don't manage to beat Club Brugge and get eliminated, I honestly think Pep will get sacked. I don't know. You heard he recently divorced from his wife as well. So his entire season has been an absolute nightmare. Honestly,
it has been, and not only that, to lose his house, to lose his mansion in Manchester, to lose half of what he had and given to his family. This sums it up. Like you can only feel bad for Pep really, because whatever he's going through right now, you just don't wish that on anyone really.
Yeah, from a human standpoint, but from a football standpoint, he did flop off 2 league titles. So yeah, no. On a real note, yeah, I mean, it's just a bit cruel the way that normally pans out. Isn't it?
It is a bit cruel, and as well, you can also see that now. That how many clubs on the brink of elimination? We've got Stuttgart, Sporting, PSG. Real Madrid officially qualified for the playoffs. Juventus qualified. Celtic have qualified. PSV are not through yet. Bruges are not through yet. Benfica are not through yet. Benfica not through. PSG not through. Sporting and Stuttgart not through. So City are right behind. Let's talk about the PSG City game, because obviously that game is the last one I think we'll talk about, and then actually the United game as well. So yeah, we'll talk about that. Although I can hear some noise in the headphones as well, I think.
I'll take the headphones up. Any better?
Yeah.
Alright, good. Alright, you want me to start the PSG City game then?
Yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead, mate.
Blimey. Right, so first half, PSG I thought were the better team. Should have been 1-0 ahead, but a controversial VAR decision cancelled that. Second half, City came out for blocks. Grealish, excellent second half substitute for Savinho. Smashes them 1-0 up. Haaland then makes it 2. And then Gvardiol gets absolutely done over, but I can't remember what his name is. I think it was Barcola, who then squared it to Dembele to make it 2-1. Yeah. And then what happened for the second goal? Because I'm thinking of the third and fourth. I can't remember.
I think the second goal was you're talking about PSG second goal.
Yeah, PSG second goal.
PSG second goal. I think it was I think that was the Barcola goal, wasn't it? The second goal, the Barcola goal.
I can't remember. I now remember he scores, but I can't remember the actual goal. But those 4 goals all happened in like a 10-minute period, didn't they?
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, I checked at half time, it was 0-0. I then Google what the score is, and it's suddenly 2-2 after 60 minutes. I'm like, what on earth has happened here?
So I was
Finland.
just I wasn't watching the game because obviously I think we were doing our what was it? I think we were doing our show. Or was that on Wednesday? Or
PSG.
I don't recall. I don't recall if I was doing. I think I was on stream. Oh yeah, I was on stream. I was on stream with the Taz. Yeah, big up Taz. If you check the United show out, go check that one out. The United show I did. Yeah, I was doing the United show just before. I think just during the Champions League games or just before the Champions League games. I didn't watch the first half of the. I didn't watch the first half of the Champions League. Right. I came outside. Yeah, to check the scores. Yeah, and you know what happened? I saw City 1-0. I switched to City. I was like, yep, 2-0, goodbye. I'm not watching it anymore. In my head, I was like, are PSG gonna do Brentford and come back? In typical Man City fashion this season, by the way, quote unquote, only this season, 2-2. And then, you know, shit happened from there. City just goodbye. They got blown out.
I think it was the typical Guardiola Champions League capitulation with City before 2023. So
Yeah,
you remember the likes of Monaco, Lyon, Tottenham, Liverpool. They got battered. Um,
Real Madrid.
Plenty of others. Real Madrid. I mean, how they managed to lose that in 2022 was absolutely insane. So
Well, to be fair with you, because it is Real Madrid, like they're the goats
yeah,
of the Champions League. They pop out. You saw the Sergio Ramos moment, didn't you? You saw.
yeah.
You've seen big moments that Real Madrid pull off in the Champions League. So they just go and just blow out Man City, and
No, but even,
it's not a surprise.
even when you take football heritage into account, the mere fact that City were going through and then within 1 minute they were 2-1 down. I mean, even if it is Real Madrid, that's just an absolute cataclysmic capitulation, like I said earlier. And it's that PSG game was emblematic of the majority of Manchester City's Champions League
Yeah,
seasons,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
let alone under Guardiola. So I feel I'm not, especially considering this season, I'm not surprised with the collapse. I think we've seen this
Yeah,
plenty
yeah.
of times from Man City in Europe before. I know this is rich coming in from an Arsenal fan, but it is true. I mean, their Champions League collapses have been worse than anyone's when you take them
No,
in isolation.
no, that's true. That's true. Especially, what's happened to Man City in recent times. Obviously, when they were clear favorites to beat Chelsea as well in the Champions League in 2021, when Chelsea had that, sort of, would you call it the Cinderella run for Chelsea? Because obviously they had that run that they beat Madrid, they beat Bayern, and
Fine.
with the team that just looks that on paper does not look any better than those teams.
No,
Does not
well,
look better than
thing is,
Madrid. Does not look
on
better than
paper,
Bayern. Oh, sorry, not
they
Bayern. Sorry, excuse me, not Bayern. Who was it that they played? They
Atletico
got
Madrid,
past Atletico Madrid, and then who was it they played next round? Was it
Porto,
Porto?
Porto,
Porto,
yeah,
yeah.
Porto.
So, yeah,
No, but there's that famous tunnel picture where the Man City players are completely disorganised. They're all like praying against the wall and whatnot, whereas the Chelsea players are like in a straight line, completely locked in, just looking straight forwards, ready for the game. I mean, they had the mentality. They were once the knockout stages came about, they were by far the best team in Europe that season.
mm.
Regardless of whatever the scores on paper says, they were the best team in Europe that season.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can
They
make a
didn't lose
case
a
for City
single
as
game,
well.
didn't they?
Yeah.
They didn't even lose a single game as well.
I think they conceded one Champions League goal in the entire knockout stage of the competition. I mean,
Yeah, it was against
that's worthy. Porto.
Real Madrid. It was against Real Madrid, I
Oh no,
think.
Real Madrid and Porto. My bad. Only two.
Real Madrid, they conceded the goal away, and then they drew on one, and then they went on to win 3-1, and I think total. Yeah, they went on to win 3-1 in the Champions League, so they got they got to the final.
Yeah, but that's why I'm so excited for Tuchel to be England manager, because he's proven that he can get a tune out of some fairly poor players in knockout competitions. And I don't want to blow the own horn because that is typical of England fans, but we have got a very good squad, and with Tuchel at the helm, we have more of a chance of winning silverware than we have done for the previous 20 odd years, or should I say 60 odd years, if you're going to be holistic about it.
So now it's gonna be. What do you say now? Because Just speaking about Man City and Chelsea, that just leads us to the City Chelsea game. Obviously, I will get to it quickly. We'll just recap the Champions League and everything quickly. Quickly recap your game, and then I'll move on to United as well.
Oh, sweet. Well, you want to recap the Arsenal game? Okay.
Yeah, you quickly recap the Arsenal game.
Comfortable 3-0 win. It was a fairly indifferent performance. Yet again, it shows how much we need attacking reinforcements. Sterling didn't play particularly well, and this is against Dinamo Zagreb, by the way. So against Premier League opposition, he's obviously not going to do much, like he hasn't done for the previous few weeks. Havertz, I know he got a goal, but prolific striker in that first half alone would be 4-0 up, genuinely, if you check our chances and whatnot. We had about 10 corners in the first half, and we didn't score any. So I think Nicholas Jova has a few bits of revision to do on that matter. But overall, a comfortable win. We did our job. We're essentially in the straight through to the knockout stages. And considering, Arsenal in Europe, typically, I think it's been a very good Champions League season. I look at all the games. Obviously, the 3 games I didn't necessarily expect us to win were Atalanta away, Inter Milan away, and Sporting away. Sporting we won, but that was with a completely new manager. Inter we lost due to a silly penalty. And Atalanta we somehow managed. Yeah. And Atalanta we somehow managed to draw. So overall, I think it's been a very successful Champions League campaign. And I'm very happy with that. Contrary to, getting knocked out of 2 domestic cup competitions in the space of 4 days, Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, well said, I guess. I mean, I watched the highlights. I didn't really watch the game, so I'm seeing that. I saw Arsenal kind of just controlled the game, and they just won like how they should be winning, really. Because Dinamo Zagreb, no disrespect to them, not on the level. So, I mean, they at least got Arsenal at least got the result that they needed, because they're now in the driving seat to get into a good Champions League position, to play in the knockouts, and to play in the knockouts, to play against to obviously finish in the top 8 and see who you guys get, pending the playoffs that are happening. I think next month. So yeah. I'll recap quickly. Is there any games I need to look at? The Hoffenheim Tottenham game. I mean, do we really need to talk Tottenham much, really?
Well, just a quick mention. I did predict Tottenham to win, and you laughed at me in the previous football prediction stream. So
fair enough.
Just a quick little note.
Nah, that's fair. I'll hold that. I'll hold that one, to be honest, because I'm not really. I'll be real with you. I couldn't care less about Tottenham. Like,
yeah,
even if they finish above United, like if they don't win anything, that club's irrelevant. Like the fact that people call them a Big Six club is still crazy to me.
It's more commercial than anything. It's more of a PL marketing for the whole Big Six to attract more viewers. They shouldn't be anywhere near there realistically.
Yeah,
the likes of Everton, Nottingham Forest, Sunderland, Leeds, they have much more of a
Leicester.
Leicester even they have much more of a say.
Yep.
They have a much higher stake to be in the Big Six.
They do, 100%, because obviously Leicester won the FA Cup recently as well, and then they won the Premier League in the 2000s. So yeah, 2010s, excuse me. So yeah, we move on. I think hold on. Let me just check quickly if AC Milan won their game. Juventus are through. Excuse me. Atletico Madrid beat Leverkusen 2-1.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah, and then I think Atletico Madrid had some controversy towards the end. I think was that the penalty was. I think it was a penalty that missed. I think they missed the penalty, or something that happened.
That was in the La Liga game, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry. But I saw something that the fact that there was drama towards the end or something like that.
There always is with Atletico Madrid. I mean, I never truly kind of came to terms with Simeone's style of football until we played Man City in 2022. I mean, that was the way they completely bullied Foden around. That was crazy. I almost respect Simeone for that because at the end of the day, football's got to have a villain.
Top manager.
And
Top manager.
yeah,
Top
and
manager.
with Mourinho's decline, we've got to have Simeone as the football anti-hero.
That's true. That's true.
Genuinely.
I mean, I don't think Jose's declined. People are
Well,
like, yes, but he's managing Fenerbahce. It's okay. It's okay. People, I think he'll bounce back. Atalanta 5-0, Monaco 1-0. What was it? Bologna beat Dortmund. Yeah, Dortmund are looking, and Bologna are in a position where they don't need to win. They don't need to win. They're just winning for personal pride.
yeah, they've already been eliminated, haven't they, Bologna?
Yeah, and Dortmund just sacked Nuri Sahin as well. Like they've just finished 12. They're finishing this on 12 points going into next week. Next week, I think they're playing Shakhtar Donetsk at home. If they can beat Shakhtar Donetsk, what does that take them? Like what above? I mean, nah, I don't see that. Actually, no. I don't. I see them getting playoffs, and I see them getting knocked out.
Dortmund.
I see Dortmund get. Yeah, I see Dortmund getting knocked out in the
Champions League
playoffs.
finalists last season, remember?
I know, and then ever since then they just looked complete. Like they've capitulated. Like what's happened to Borussia Dortmund is crazy.
To be
I remember
fair,
2 years
they
ago.
were in such a strong position to finish in the top 8, and they've completely blown it, haven't they?
Best underdog team in Europe now? Dortmund? You mean Dortmund? I mean,
No, I think it's
possibly.
the question.
Oh, sorry. Best underdog team in Europe right now? If I'm looking at this, Atalanta. I mean, they're looking solid. Atalanta have been looking a good season, man. They're having a good season so far. Obviously, after what happened towards the end of last year, they got that Europa League win, and then ever since then, they've just looked on another level. But
Would
yeah,
you consider them underdogs? Then?
Because
considering they have one,
considering they're seventh in the table, and it's a name that they're kind of the fact that they're above Real Madrid in the table, the fact that they're that they're above teams like Juventus, they're above teams like Dortmund, Bayern Munich. You could say maybe, but I'm not going to say that they're massive underdogs. I would just say that they're pretty much under the cosh when it comes to when it comes to who would you bet if there's a team that you think you could go on a Cinderella run in the Champions League? Because I'll be real, the teams I'm gonna list right now, right, are not wouldn't be surprising if they can go on a bit of a run to the quarterfinals at least. Liverpool, Barca, Arsenal, Inter, Atletico Madrid, Milan. These teams are at least possibly getting to the quarterfinals. Atalanta though, possibly. Atalanta, because obviously if Arsenal play, let's say, if PSG qualify, I reckon you beat PSG. Even without Saka, I reckon you guys could beat PSV. Teams like this.
Oh yeah.
So there are a lot of teams in the top 8. I don't really know. Like Monaco, I don't see Monaco making it past the knockouts. Possibly, I don't see. Can Atalanta beat Aston Villa? Yeah. I
Definitely.
think so.
Aston Villa have been quite poor this season.
Yeah, I think they've had a bit of a drop off. I think they've had a bit of like a sort of downward. Yeah, they kind of had a bit of a downward spiral in their form. I think they had they beat Bayern, and then they beat who else did they beat this year in the Champions League? They beat Bayern, then they beat somebody else. I can't remember who they beat.
Young boys,
and
Bologna.
That's it, really.
Bologna, should have beaten Juventus as well.
Should have beaten Juventus. So, yeah, Villa looking okay. Like I think Villa can still get top 8, but I don't see them doing it. It just depends on what their form is going into next. Obviously, if they can get a result on the weekend, then maybe. Oh, because they got Celtic actually. No, they have Celtic. If Celtic beat Villa, they go above Villa in the table. So
that'll be a good game.
So Villa could literally drop down from literally 18th So Villa could drop down from ninth to possibly 17th, 18th. You know, that could be a complete turn. That could be a complete, like, bottle job if they do that. If say they lose to Celtic at home, right? They could go from ninth all the way down to about maybe even, yeah, yeah. They could go all the way down to 18th, 19th potentially. So that's something that they need to be careful about. And yeah, going into this weekend, they need to win and they need to beat Celtic. So I don't see Villa making it past, but like I said, Atalanta, I think the dark horses to maybe go on a good run in the Champions League. I think Atalanta are there. Um, but I think that's it for the Champions League. I think we're gonna move on to the Premier League. Obviously, we spoke about Man City game and obviously their capitulation. I think we'll start with that one first because obviously City Chelsea is the biggest game in the league this weekend, and then we'll talk about other games as well. But City Chelsea, um, Varna, perfect. The fact that you're a Chelsea fan, you can leave your thoughts in the comments and big up bro for supporting every time.
That's one thing I will say. Despite how annoyed I get with Arteta and Arsenal sometimes, I do think, like, thank God, thank goodness, thank for heavens that we are not suffering from Europa League football for another season. Honestly, you got to admit, Akavin, it's an absolute drag, isn't it? Like, genuinely,
It is,
it
bro. I
is.
don't
Like,
like
honestly,
I don't like the feeling of being in the Europa League. I can't lie. I do not.
oh, it's such a
It's
slogfest to get through, isn't it? And even then, Arsenal never
it's
win it. So what's the point?
and what's even worse? The fact that they've extended it to 8 games in the knockouts. It's not knockouts. Excuse me. The how do you call it?
Round of
They
32.
they've extended it to yeah, from the round of 32. They don't have that anymore, but they have, what do you call, they have the league phase, which makes it even worse. And now you just have to get straight to the round of 16. I don't think you play round of 32 anymore. The round of 32 is for the teams who need to qualify, and hopefully we don't have to qualify. Hopefully we just get past FCSB next week and we just seal our place in the table. I think we could get second next week, so hopefully we get second, and yeah, we'll see. Um, but really and truly, uh, Man City, Chelsea, that's the game of the weekend in my opinion. 5:30 p.m. kickoff on a Saturday evening. I think that's quite a decent time, to be
It
honest
is.
with you. That's kind of when all the games are done, and then because to get up for a big game, to get up early for a big game probably is not the most ideal. Like early kickoff games in the UK are probably not ideal in terms of like having to get to the ground, having to wake up, having to travel with your team. Having to find a pub with your mate and sit around with your mate, waiting for the game. You know, so I
Yeah.
think 5:30 p.m. kickoff is like it's like an ideal sort of time for kickoff.
No,
But yeah,
speaking on that, Bournemouth are way down south on the south coast, whereas Newcastle are way up north, like kind of near Scotland. And Bournemouth fans
and
had to leave at about 2 in the morning UK time to get
mid
up there.
no
And luckily they
midnight,
won. Yeah,
not 2 a.m.
luck,
midnight, bro.
luckily they had to. Luckily they saw their team win 4-1 despite having 9 injured players. Good on them. They deserved it.
Varna, can you obviously, since you're a Chelsea fan, yeah, can you give us a bit of an insight on the on the Chelsea squad going into this weekend, because obviously that will help us with our preview as well. So big up, thank you for supporting, man. Um, so yeah, as I was saying, the Europa League, like, bro, the fact that you have to get through so much, because imagine we had won our game, yeah, against imagine we had beaten Sociedad, right, that year. We'd have gotten through to the round of 16 without having to play Barcelona, that classic Barcelona game in the Europa League, and not them dropping down from the Champions League to get to the Europa League. But it's crazy, like, you don't really have much. You don't really have much to like, to offer, and just go through in the Europa League. It's about getting through. Doesn't matter how you do it. Like, it's the Europa League is a crazy boring competition. Like, I just want to get through it. Like, just even if you're in it, you know what it is. At the same time, I wasn't happy that we qualified for the Europa League, but the fact that we did it by winning the FA Cup, I was like, do you know what? I'll accept it. if we just qualify for the Europa League on the basis of the position, I'm like, yeah, okay, no, that I'm not having that. If we're gonna qualify for the Europa League by winning the FA Cup, I'll be fine. I'm fine with it as long as you get the trophy and get through, you know. But the FA Cup but the Europa League is one of those competitions. Like, you know what, I just want to do like what we did in the Jose and just win that competition and get through. Don't care how we do it. But yeah, Man City, Chelsea. Let's start. Obviously, like is it Lavia out, Enzo and Colwell out. Yeah, that could play into their hands. Because City just came off the back of a 4-2 loss against PSG. Capitulation. And Chelsea going into this game not on the best of forms. Obviously, they just got their first win. I think in like 5 games. So, what are you saying? What are you saying for this game? Like let's start from Man City's perspective. Obviously, they're the home team, right? They just signed Omar Mamouche. They've got Kusanov, I think, from Uzbekistan, and I can't remember the other guy. I can't remember the other guy that they got. I think it was like what's his name again?
Brazilian bloke, wasn't it?
Yeah, Brazilian guy. Yeah. So yeah, let's start. Man City, Chelsea. City at home. What do you expect from Man City this week? What do you see from? What do you think will happen?
Well, what I expect from City this week: a team short on confidence, a team with less stress, considering Chelsea haven't had to play midweek, which could be a big factor. Like Varner says, they've got to beat Club Brugge next week, otherwise they're eliminated from the competition. So whether Pep Guardiola actually decides to rotate a little, well, it's not as if he can rotate much, but rotate whichever way he can for this game will remain to be seen. But I won't put it past him to. So I think it'll be, like I said, a City team short of confidence. Obviously, they can still win the game, but my personal prediction it'll be a draw between between two sides that are not in the best of form at the minute whatsoever.
Yeah. No, they're on the best of forms right now. Obviously Chelsea having Lavia out, Enzo and Colwell being out, Sancho are not on the best of forms. Who else they got? Pedro Neto, how's he kind of panned out for you, Varna? Because I don't see because I don't see a reason why Chelsea should not be starting Neto this weekend. Like he's literally your best winger. I think Pedro Neto is one of your best wingers, or arguably your best winger. After maybe, actually no, I'm sorry, he is your best winger. I think Cole Palmer is more of an inside sort of like an inside 10 sort of player. I don't really see him as a winger. So Cole Palmer going to this weekend, obviously playing his former club. What do you expect from Cole Palmer going into this weekend? Because Cole Palmer is playing against he's playing against his former club.
Yeah. There is this thing that I have noticed where
I don't agree with this. I'm sorry, Madueke. I think Neto. But yeah, go on.
Well, as I was, what was I trying to say? Palmer, wasn't it? Palmer, yeah.
Palmer.
I think the thing is, I don't think he's got an open play goal against the big six sides yet since he's moved from City to Chelsea. I think all the goals he scores against big six sides were penalties. So I think going by
2 of his goals against us were penalties. 2 of his goals against us were penalties. Go on.
Like, I remember watching the Manchester United Chelsea game, and he was so poor, like genuinely. No matter how poor you were, he just didn't turn up whatsoever. No, he didn't cause us too many problems from what I remember when we played them at Stamford Bridge. I know he scored a penalty or 2 against Spurs, and the media went into a frenzy. I don't know. But what I'm expecting from Palmer, not much, if I'm being honest. He might score a penalty. I know this sounds very football Twitter like, but genuinely, if you look at his record against big six sides, I mean, at the end of the day, the record speaks for itself.
No, it does, because look, I mean, Chelsea have not won away at a top 6 club for I don't know how long.
Well, since Spurs twice.
You can't Tottenham as a big 6 club, really?
Well,
Not at all.
according to Sky Sports, I don't know who you include as
Oh
the
yeah,
sixth.
Sky Sports, quote unquote Tottenham. Yeah, whatever. I mean, to be fair with you, did they win away at teams like they had to play away at Aston Villa, they had to play away at Forest soon, I guess. So that's gonna play into their hands, I guess. So no, so I hear it. I mean, Cole Palmer is he's an unbelievable player. And going into this weekend, he's gonna want to show Man City fans why they never should let him go. He's gonna tell he's gonna want to make a statement saying to Man City fans that why did you let me go, or to Man City saying that why did you let me go? You're telling me he's trying to make a statement saying that I should be at Man City balling out for you guys right now with Mamouche.
Yeah, I will say, even though I alluded to him disappearing in big games, he did literally score in a final for Man City, and 2 finals for Man City, and scored in the final for England as well. So obviously he's a fantastic player. He just, for me, he doesn't often turn up enough against the biggest sides in the league. And hopefully he does change that, because Man City's suffering is always a joy to behold. But in my opinion, I don't think we'll see much of him. Controversial opinion, admittedly.
Who do you think is Chelsea's biggest threat to pose against Man City this weekend? Do you think, other than Cole Palmer? Do you think it'd be Neto, Sancho on the wings? Do you think it'd be, maybe Jackson up top?
We've got so many players; it's hard to choose.
Because people could laugh at Jackson, but I guess Jackson's actually kind of done a bit better, since his I think he's kind of revived his career at Chelsea a little bit, because people will be like, this guy's not it. He's definitely turned things around for himself at Chelsea.
He's kept Nkunku out of the starting 11 as well. I actually saw a link linking Nkunku to Manchester United as well before hopping on here. I think
he's off to Bayern. I reckon he's off to Bayern, but I don't know if Bayern want him. But whoever wants him, I wish him the best of luck, because I'd love him at United. Him. Let's just say we had 200 million to spend in January. Yes, Nkunku would be one of the players I'd sign. Nkunku would be one of the players I'd sign. Obviously, with Patrick Dorgu, you can get possibly. You could, if Osimhen's available, you go and spend money on these type of players. In January, if players are out of favor at their clubs, good players are out of favor at clubs, go and get them. Go pick them up. Nkunku's one of them. He's definitely one of them. I'd definitely sign Nkunku. But yeah.
So would I.
No, I hear it. Nkunku's a good. I think Nkunku would be a good player for you guys as well. 100%. Why not? I think that's kind of realistic, but I wouldn't start Reece James.
Why not?
Injury prone. In a game like this as well, and it's a big game. Like, you can't force him into a big game, especially with the injury record he has. I know he's a great player. Reece James is a great player, but when he's going into this game with a lot of injuries, like, obviously not a lot of injuries, excuse me, with a track record of like terrible injuries, and how do you say it? And a history of just getting injured, constantly getting injured recently.
Constant hamstring problems.
Yeah, it's just I feel bad for him, because he's a very good player, man. He's a very, very good player, and I just don't like it. I don't like the fact that he's always always injured every single time. For me, like, he'd be the best right back in the world if he's fit, completely fit. Trust me. I think both ends. I think both ends of the pitch, going back, going forward. I think he's arguably the best right back in the world when healthy. Possibly,
but we haven't seen him healthy for about 3 years at this stage. Damning.
That's the sad part, man. Because
what I will say, I think Malo Gusto is also injured, isn't he? To my knowledge.
So
and Enzo Maresca's played Caicedo at right back. If I'm correct.
Sorry, I continue.
So I think Caicedo playing right back, no matter how much in poor form Man City are in, I reckon Chelsea would get horribly exposed there if he did play there. And plus, they'd desperately miss his presence in midfield. I think we.
Because no, go on. Continue.
No,
Continue what you're
carry
saying.
on. Carry on.
No, it's all right. Just finish off, bro.
No,
Finish off,
I
bro.
just thought. I can't remember. Did it say? Did Varner say Enzo might have been injured as well? So I feel Caicedo has to play that.
Enzo's a doubt. Enzo's a doubt.
Enzo's a doubt. So if he can't make it into the starting 11, especially Caicedo's got to be in there. Otherwise, Chelsea will be losing that game.
Oh, but didn't they just bring back Trevor Chalobah? So Trevor Chalobah could play. Trevor Chalobah could play. Maybe you could play. Wait, who's the other defender that Chelsea have? He just started.
They've got too many players.
He just started the last game. No, I hear the shout of I hear the Reece James shout about last game. He started last game and all that, but I'm sorry, like going into this game, it is really risky. You know, with Reece James's track record of injuries in a big game like this, I don't think you should just completely throw him in. As much as I would love for Reece James to start, I think throwing him into a game like this, hopefully he makes it out of this game and hopefully he doesn't get injured because I love Reece James. Again, constant injuries, constant how do you say it? Just constantly being out and never available for his team. Hopefully he does make it through this game and he does stay fit. But does Chalobah start at right back? Because this constant theme of starting your defensive midfield at right back. Because Fabinho was a right back, then he played defensive midfield. Arteta, Partey at right back. Now Caicedo playing right back. We played, is like because they play Caicedo right back. Obviously, I think he can play right back, but really and truly, like, do you really need to? You really do with Chalobah back. You could maybe throw Chalobah in at right back if, say, you don't start. If Reece James doesn't start,
I feel Chelsea have had a week off, and at the end of the day, your best players start, and Reece James is Chelsea's best right back. So given the fact that he has had a week's rest, you might as well play him against the champions of England.
I like Dewsbury Hall. I like him. He's a very good player. But
very decent player.
I think it's a waste of a signing that Chelsea made. I think it's a huge waste, complete waste of a signing to Chelsea made.
Wasn't really needed.
Yeah, it wasn't really.
But it was just for Chelsea to have an extra midfielder for the Conference League games.
Possibly.
Genuinely,
they had Enzo Caicedo. They have how do you call it? They have how do you say it? They have Lavia, Enzo Caicedo. They got a bunch of midfielders, man. Chelsea got a bunch of midfielders. Like they've got depth in almost in every department. I think it's just that like I said, it's been the defense. I think it's just the defense that Chelsea need to sort out. Bringing Chalobah back is good. Bringing Chalobah back is good. I think, in my opinion. I think that adds a bit of extra extra team selection for Enzo Maresca, and I think you need to bring. I think you need to bring in another defender in the summer or maybe this January if possible. Caicedo, Enzo. Oh, that's it. I thought they had more. Unless you want to consider Cole Palmer midfielder instead of attacking midfielder, then maybe you could consider that. That could be considered.
Oh, there's also the links with Garnacho and Chelsea, aren't there?
Oh yeah, there is.
What are your thoughts on that?
Listen, I'm not a massive Garnacho fan. I'll be honest, I'm not. But selling
turned up for you in the final.
But selling him to Chelsea wouldn't be good. I don't think selling him to Chelsea would be a good idea, in my opinion.
Would you rather he went abroad than at an English club?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's
how Arsenal fans felt with Van Persie.
If he thrives at Chelsea, then we just basically strengthen our rivals in a way, because I hear that with the Van Persie shout because obviously you sold Adebayo or Nasri, all these guys. They went to win the league at Man City, and then Van Persie as well. So it's just a constant, like if I were United, I'd sell all my players abroad. I wouldn't sell them to Premier League rivals. I wouldn't
Fair
I
enough.
wouldn't bring I wouldn't bring him to I wouldn't sell him to a Premier League rival. I'd probably just keep him if I don't like Garnacho that much either, in my opinion. I'm not a massive Garnacho fan. But selling him to Chelsea would be a bad idea because if he does do well at Chelsea, yeah, we've just kind of made him. We just kind of mugged ourselves with that 60 million because they sold us Mason Mount for 60, right? If we let him go for 60, that kind of just pays back the Mason Mount deal. That kind of just gives back the 60 million that we paid for Mount back to us. So I don't know. I just think, look, we just need to sort it out and get some signings done because the window is closing I think window's closing next Friday. I think next Friday the window will be closed.
Yeah,
So if you
well,
want, if you want transfer deadline, if you want a transfer deadline show, let me know, people. I'll be here. Um, the problem is we're gonna have to get a lot of game time at Chelsea. No, but if performances start to pick up, then he will. If performances start to pick up, even in small cameos, then it might pick up. It might pick up, man. St. Napoli's is better. Yeah, he does. I agree. That's why I made the idea that we're selling him abroad kind of gives us the pressure that he's doing well for a rival. Why did we sell him? We like because how we sold Sancho. Sancho's now playing very well for Chelsea. He's playing very well for Chelsea. It is what it is. Another wingers I'll put make a game time. I don't know about that because I think you guys have good wingers. Neto's got good output, but when you just need to get Jackson on the end of the ball. You just need to find players in the box because I think Jackson's a very good. I think Jackson's a good player. He needs to get into good areas when Neto puts the ball in the box. Look, listen, Neto's a good winger, very very good winger. I rate Neto
you
highly.
really rate him, don't you?
I do.
You
I
really rate
actually
him. You mentioned him about
I
20 times.
yeah, because Neto's a very good player, man. Like trust me, I've always liked the idea of signing Pedro Neto because you know what it is. Remember we had that right wing situation last season. We had the situation at right wing last season where Anthony was not doing well, and then he kept on starting. You had Ahmad on the bench, didn't get game time.
And Sancho was banished from the team.
Arsenal should have signed him.
We should have signed him. Instead, we got Sterling from Chelsea instead. I think that shows
Yeah,
the
a lack of
amount of
ambition.
hunger and ambition between the two clubs.
Yeah,
There.
the amount of
Genuinely,
hunger and
that is a
ambition is low.
damning indictment on Arsenal's ambition. There. Should have signed Neto instead of bloody Sterling.
Yeah,
Oh, don't get
so
me started on that crap. It's Willian 2.0.
nah,
Don't mention Willian's name.
no, I hear it. I hear it. It happens. It happens. Like because we all make blunders at the transfer, don't we? It happens pretty much every year. We're getting Garnacho. We need a backup. No, I hear. Actually, you know what? He's spot on. He's spot on. They do need a goalkeeper. I think. I think you guys need. I think you guys need a defender. I think you need another defender. You need another center back. I think you need someone that could play alongside Tosin maybe, or someone that could play alongside Chalobah now that he's back.
I
Give
hear you
Chalobah
with
some
that.
minutes.
I feel the fact that Chelsea spent about the GDP of a small country and they've still got
Oh, Colwill. Sorry,
David
Colwill.
Sanchez as their starting keeper. That's really poor.
Yeah, Sanchez has
Very
not been
poor.
good at all this season. Sanchez has been poor this season, and he's a good player, but no striker. What output? Um, I don't know about no output, but the thing is, if you get Netso on the end of the ball, if you just let him take wingers, if you let him take defenders on, he can do that very well. So I think he's good at one on ones. He's good at take on. He's good at take ons. He's good at he can put a good ball in the box. He can strike a ball as well. So yeah, he just needs to find his rhythm. I reckon he do that. He can do that at Chelsea, 100%. He's good. He's got good players. He's got good players around him. He can definitely do it. Because at Wolves, he had a lot of responsibility. He had to take all the responsibility in his own hands. So I don't know. Garnacho was really good last night. No, I think he was poor. I think he was really, really poor last night. I think he was really, really poor last night. He was really poor, bro. I thought Garnacho just there's no end product from him. It's another one of those wingers that just takes players on that there's no output, bro. Like, remember Adama Traore? Such a good blow by winger doesn't have output, you know?
It's like Martinelli this season as well.
Look at that. I really like players that just blow by players, you know. I like that. I like that explosive winger, you know, but when you don't have end product, it's all gone to waste. It's all gone to waste. So I don't know, man. No, he doesn't need what kind of output. Really poor. Yeah, I think he was poor, man. I'm sorry. There was a lot of times where he could have done better. Man, he missed a chance that he should have taken, you know, such and such. No end product when he was taking on players. Look, at the end of the day, taking on players that if it doesn't lead to anything, it's all wasteful because he does not want to put a good ball in the box. And such and such. Big up Narrate, bro. Big up Ben. Sancho United fan was a better. Yeah, Sancho. Come on, like let's not get it twisted. Sancho is a better player. Sancho's done better than Sancho. I think better. I think in terms of who's done better at United.
It's got to be Garnacho.
At United, okay. At United, maybe Garnacho's done better. Overall footballer, yeah, nah. Sancho by far.
I don't see Garnacho doing what Sancho did at Dortmund.
Yeah, Sancho's a better player. I agree. Garnacho over Sterling.
Yeah, I honestly, I'll take anything at this rate. We still haven't signed anyone after about 25 days.
All time, Raheem Sterling is by far. All time, I think. Obviously, all time is Raheem Sterling. All time is Raheem Sterling.
But we're talking about a really, really washed Raheem Sterling.
I don't rate Raheem Sterling either. But I think we're getting off the rails here. I think we should get our score predictions into the game. But quickly talking about Man City, do you expect the signings to start this weekend?
No, I don't think they will. I think actually, well, to be fair, if they don't start this game, then when are they going to start? Because they need to beat Club Brugge, and they need to beat Arsenal as well. Yeah.
They do.
They'll come off the bench. Mamouche definitely will. I think. I don't know if any of them will start. Yeah, I expect
possibly.
My score prediction is a 2-2 draw.
The City's lineup versus PSG, I think it was Grealish on the left, Haaland
No. I think Grealish came on, didn't he, for Sevilla?
Hold on, let me bring it up right now. Actually,
Edson,
let me have a look. Actually,
Rico Lewis at right back.
Edison, Nunes at right back.
Oh Christ!
And then Rico Lewis came on for Ruben Diaz. Yo, nah, City need to go all out and
they have gone all out.
Bro, they need to go out and spend the summer, man. It's gonna be a crazy transfer window. They need to offload a hell lot of players.
They need a whole new rebuild, a whole new revolution.
I agree.
That's also step.
I don't know if they win the league again. I don't know if they win the league next year. I think they rebuild next year. But I think they'll be in the. I think they'll get back to competing again. It's just about how they rebuild, who they bring in, who they can replace the players that for me need to be replaced. Yeah, Grealish scored. I saw the Grealish goal. I think it was Grealish. It was a good. It was a good goal actually. It was a nice goal. So it was Edison, Nunes, Akanji, Diaz, Gvardiol, Bernardo Silva in midfield next to Kovacic. I think Foden, De Bruyne, Savinho, Haaland. So they had two left-footed wingers, and then De Bruyne and Haaland. I think you know what Haaland, you can't really fault him much. I mean, his job's really to score goals, and he got his goal. He's got his new contract. Yeah, that's all I can really say about Haaland. I mean, Man City just completely collapsed that day. I fear for Man City tomorrow. Listen, the end of the day, I can't really. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but we'll get our score predictions in. Definitely the home midfield legs they're gone. Probably the same as Rodri ACL. Yeah, the Rodri factor plays into their hands because I think it's more to do with their defensive midfield because as crazy as this sounds, but Pep's football revolved around Busquets winning the ball in midfield and bringing it up to Iniesta, Xavi, Rodri is doing exactly that. Rodri is doing exactly what Busquets was doing back in the day. I'm not saying it's on Busquets level, but what he's been doing was what Busquets used to do back when Pep was managing Barca. So I reckon, do you know what? It's all about what they do without him now. It's all about who they bring in. What's their plan? Because for me, it's about getting a. It's about getting someone that can come in and fill in for Rodri, and for the time being, because Rodri for me, I don't think he plays the amount of games he plays anymore. I think he got to lessen his game time with the injury he's had now. You have to cut down the game time with the injuries that he had the injury he had because it'll definitely play a huge factor on what's happened to him. It'll definitely take a toll in this game. So you better I think precaution is what I think Man City need to look at. They need to look at taking precaution now. But yeah, what are you saying?
Oh, what regarding the score prediction?
No, like the City midfield situation.
Well, I can't. They've completely neglected a backup defensive midfielder because of how good Rodri was, and
Yeah,
that's come back to really bite them in the arse. I know they were after Declan Rice last summer. He would have been absolutely perfect to fit in.
they had Calvin
He would,
Phillips.
he would have started, I reckon, for City as well in the left. Might have been in the left 8 role. He's certainly good enough to start for Man City. I think we've seen that over the last few weeks.
I think
Might be a
all
bit
these three
biased,
need
but
to go. Sorry,
honestly,
continue.
no. On that point, like I said, they need a whole new rebuild. That squad is aging. I link it back to United in '95 after they lost the league to Blackburn. Fergie decided to place all the emphasis on youth. I remember. Well, we won't remember, but we know of Alan Hansen saying you can't win anything with kids, and then essentially Ferguson did just that. I think Man City are in a similar situation there. Fergie, he was absolutely ruthless. Only lost the league by a point, but it was like,
Jesus
sod it.
Christ, bro.
You guys.
No, he's not available, mate. Get out of here. He's not available. No. Leave Cobby alone. Leave Cobby alone. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Man City are in a similar situation to United in '95, where they just need to ship out for older players and place more emphasis on younger signings and younger players from the academy.
It's like just getting young players would be the deal. This guy, man, linking compliments to Man City. Are you a secret agent or something? Like, nah, leave him alone, man. Leave him alone, man. Leave Cobby alone, man. Seriously, leave Cobby alone. He's ours. Score predictions.
Me,
What are you saying?
2-2. 2-2.
1-1.
Fair enough. City will probably go
1-1.
2-0 up and bottle it. I don't know. It'll be something ridiculous.
That'd be funny. That would be really
that
funny.
would be brilliant.
Because let's not forget how many Man City were 3-0 up against Feyenoord and they bottled a 3-0 lead. So shit like this can happen with the defense that they have right now. Yeah, Rico Lewis, bro, is looking peak on that side. If Rico Lewis plays, I fear for Man City.
Rico Lewis has to play in midfield for me.
That's even worse because he gets exposed even more in midfield. Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't think he can be any worse than he is.
Chelsea will score first. No, I think City will score first. Actually, I think Chelsea will pull it back. I think because the thing is with Chelsea, yes, I know going behind for Chelsea has not worked well in recent times, but you did come from behind against Spurs, and obviously it's Spurs, they bottle everything, but still, Chelsea just too good first 30 minutes. Yeah, I hear it. First 30 minutes. I think will be. Um, but yeah, I agree with this completely though. Silva, Kovacic, Gundogan, these three for me need to be shipped off in the summer. I think these three, I think where City start off with, because I think that's the fact that, because if you look at the financial situation at Man City, right? You've got Silva, Kovacic, Gundogan here on wages. That, for me, because Gundogan has that 1+1 contract, I think he has that. So I think that'll be, that'll play into his hands. So I think they'll probably let him go on a free. Kovacic, I think they let him go as well. I think he's not been good enough. I think Bernardo Silva I don't know how much his wages are. Don't know how much his wages are, but I think you let him go as well while you can, because while he's still in his early 30s, you can still get some good money for him, and then you're gonna invest in that. So possibly, I think Man City just use that in favor of their PSR and go inside the top midfielder. I think that's where City needs to start. I think City needs to rebuild the midfield. I think you build around Rodri when he comes back, but also sign Rodri replacement. So sign someone that can play instead of Rodri, and I think they should have kept Romeo Lavia, in my opinion. But what
They
do I
should have
know?
done. Should have kept Palmer at this stage as well.
And imagine Parma scores a hat trick. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, score predictions 1-1.
2-2.
2-2. City Chelsea is an all time classic Premier League game, isn't it? Like an all time. It's like an all timer. You had like one of those games. You got like Frank Lampard, coming back to face Chelsea. I think it was his Premier League debut. I think it was his Premier League debut against Chelsea from Man City, and he scored. The irony.
Yeah, to be
2014.
fair. But you've also got the John Terry Wayne Bridge incident where Man
Oh
City beat
yeah,
Chelsea 4-2 in 2010.
yeah. And then that was the year Chelsea won the league as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it
And
was
then
good.
yeah, you had
Good
you had a
knowledge.
lot of classic City. You had a lot of classic City Chelsea games as well. So four
Obviously, you
four,
had the Champions League final as well.
the 4-4 game as well
Yeah,
last season. So yeah, a lot of games, man. So no, I hear it. I hear it. It's gonna be a good game. We move on to what do we talk about next? What do we talk about next?
Manchester United's game.
Yeah,
It's Fulham away, isn't it?
I think. Actually, no. I think we'll go Arsenal first. I think Arsenal play first, so we'll go with Arsenal. I think we already spoke about Arsenal, so just quickly talk about your performance, because I think you already spoke about the Dinamo Zagreb game. So just talk about from the performance. You talked about the Zagreb game already, so talk about your overall feeling ahead of this game. Just give you a quick prediction, and then we'll move on.
Overall feeling from a Wolves perspective, they're a very, very poor side. I think they've lost their last 3 Premier League games, and I think they might have they got through in the FA Cup if I'm not mistaken, but they've lost their last 3 Premier League games, conceding 3 goals in all of them. They're in the relegation mire. Arsenal should be beating them, and I think we will. Although it won't be very it'll be more industrial like rather than flair. It'll be a 1-0. It will be a scrappy 1-0 victory, I should think. Further reinforcing our need for more forwards.
I reckon Arsenal will get the result. It just depends on who you guys sort of who steps up for you this weekend, because I think Martinelli's looked good in the last few weeks. I think Martinelli's actually looked a lot better for
He
Arsenal in
played well
recent times.
against Dinamo Zagreb and Aston Villa.
I think I think straightforward answer is just he's been shite. He's
It's
a
not
waste.
even
Waste of signing.
no. It's not even the fact that he's been shite. Like if you take expectation into it, like you knew what was coming from him. You knew that he'd be average, and he has been distinctly
Yeah,
average.
you
You
should have
can't
gone for
even.
Zubimendi. Almost.
Well, we have signed him for the summer essentially, but he's such a stopgap signing. He's so distinctly average, and he's an average player.
Because you
It's
know
like
what?
you can't have expected any more from what we've seen from him. You know what I mean?
I think everyone was looking at the Euros this year and be like, do you know what? We need to sign a player from Spain because they won the Euros. Not everyone from Spain played well. Rodri did not have a good final. He got hooked off. Let's not
At
get
half time,
Rodri was hooked at halftime.
this was what I was arguing
So
to Gus about. Why I thought Vinicius should have won the Ballon d'Or instead. In my
I
opinion,
said Vinicius should have won the Ballon d'Or in my opinion. But
yeah,
yeah, I
genuinely,
mean,
because Rodri he lost the final
Vinny
to
won the
Eric Ten
Champions
Hag's
League.
Manchester United.
Vinny won the Champions League, scored in the final as well. Scored in the final.
Exactly,
Didn't get anything
won the Liga.
rewarded. But at least FIFA gave him what he wanted. The FIFA Best Player awards. He got what he needed. He got what he deserved. Yeah. That's a PSG midfielder. Which PSG? John Neves? Are you talking about John? Are you talking about John Neves? Yeah, because John Neves has the ball. He's played very well for PSG recently. I think he's played well. I think he's played well for Portugal recently as well. He's a good player. Definitely good. Definitely a very good young player. And United fumbled that signing because it is. United had John Neves, right? Oh, Fabian Ruiz. Sorry, Fabian Ruiz. Yeah, he is. He's definitely better than Mikel Merino. 100%, he's better than Mikel Merino. And yeah, I was just saying, John Neves, United fumbled that bag because I think United actually had him. I think United were going to get him, and then just didn't get him. And I think we completely fumbled that signing. Because PSG, Benfica, was it Benfica that they offered us? Benfica offered us they told us that we need to spend over 100 million, but for PSG is 70 million. Even though PSG have probably been, even though PSG got the financial better financial situation, better ownership, and everything like that. So yeah. But sorry, what were you gonna say, bro?
No, I think I've forgotten what I was going. No. One last point on Marino. I think he is a perfect reflection of our manager, to the point where they've even got the same first name. Arteta was an average player.
That's true.
Marino's an average player. They even look the same as well. He is literally the return of Mikel Arteta. He is a doppelganger.
Regen of Mikel Arteta, isn't it?
Literally. It's like in career modes, when a player retires, they often get a regen from the same league. Regen. Yeah, and this guy's overall rating is capped at like 80. There's no point in signing him unless you're a mid-table team. Genuine.
I still think Arteta was slightly better, but yeah, no.
Well, not at Arsenal. I don't think at Everton he was a very good player, but with us it was more. Arteta made him a defensive midfielder.
The one Arteta goal I will forever look back will be that goal against Man City that almost won us the league. So I'll appreciate him. I'll appreciate him for that. So, but yeah, I think Arsenal. I'm gonna go with 2-0 Arsenal. I think Arsenal will get a 2-0 win. I think they'll win. Hopefully, they need. I think they need to win. They have to get a result. So yeah, they'll probably go out and win. I think Martinelli will score. And I think Kai Havertz will score as well. I think Kai Havertz will score, even though I don't rate Kai Havertz that highly. I reckon he'll get it. I reckon maybe Odegaard will get. I think Odegaard will do something. So yeah, we'll see who pops up. Any other thing I need to talk about before we move on? I mean, Liverpool beat Lille. Not really much to say, but Liverpool, they've sealed top spot. They pretty much they've won every game. They won every game.
I was debating whether to watch the Liverpool Lille game or the Benfica Barcelona game. In hindsight, thank goodness I watched the Benfica Barcelona game instead.
Benfica Barcelona was the game of the week. Like that was the game of the week anyway. Yeah. That even if you look at it, that game was from a from logical standpoint. You've got to choose Benfica Barca because Liverpool steal top spot already.
Good point.
So yeah, that was always the game that you decide to watch. Question for you, I think this one.
I'll tell you what. If you've seen me before, if you can tell from my profile picture already, that should answer your question. And I don't know if you want me to give my reasons why, I have said my reasons why in the previous 5 streams I've been on this channel.
I think just go and look at Liga and streams, and that's pretty much Josh's.
No, it's not even like it's not even influenced by Lee Gunner. It's just obviously some of his points that he makes are good, and I reiterate. But at the end of the day, if you're not completely blinded by PR and whatnot, you can just see the reality of what it is.
Hopefully, hopefully Cam does not pop up in my comments saying that Arteta is, the Lord and Savior of Man City.
No, he's already given me a lecture about that about 20 times. How he's, if Arteta leaves Arsenal, we might as well be folded as a club because no manager can do better.
Nah, bro, there are plenty of managers out there. I'm sorry, there are plenty of managers out there. There are plenty of managers out there.
I said this before. People always ask that when I say about I don't want Arteta in the job, but at the end of the day, it's not my job. At the end of the day, being a manager is a job essentially. Like I've been like, at the end of the day, if you're not producing, if you're not doing your job, if you're not producing the goods, you're going to get sacked. All right, it happens in real life. We've been sacked. I'm sure. Varner, you've probably been sacked in your career before.
That's a decent. This is a decent shot from Girona. I reckon that's a decent shot.
One win in 7 in the Champions League, kind of. I don't know.
I mean, to be fair to you, though, Girona. Looking at Girona's team, half of the team is like pretty much like compared from last season. Yeah, can't really do much. Can't really do much. I mean, last season, to be fair to you, from where Girona were, you take them to pretty much a good, decent finish in the league. I think you gotta give props to the manager itself, but yeah, I mean, Arteta for me not good enough. Like if a hotel drops from a 5-star to a 3.5 star, you got to make ruthless changes. Arteta's spent 700 million. Squad looks a lot worse this season. You were supposed to be in the league title. Oh no, he's not getting sacked. He's not getting sacked, bro. We're not sacked.
He's a better manager than Arteta. I'll take him.
He is. Yeah. So you've got to do what's required. You spend a lot of money to improve. Nothing about it. Not as there's hardly been anything.
Honestly, I think we've talked about this so many times. It's like a broken record, isn't it? It's honestly.
It is.
It's just so heads to the wall. I feel like I'm banging my head against the wall talking about this. I'm repeating the same thing. I feel like I'm in a one. Oh, never mind. No. Can we move? Can we please move on from Arteta, please? I was enjoying this.
Yes. But yeah, I reckon I'll still get the win. Liverpool, not really much to talk about Liverpool. They're playing Ipswich at home. Yeah, that's still comfortable. Like 5-0 win for Liverpool. I think Liverpool win 5-0. Steamroll 5-0 win Liverpool.
4-0.
5-0. I think Liverpool steamroll.
They're winning the league, aren't they?
They pretty much have it in the bag.
They're gonna have to shut off social media for the summer.
Pretty much, yeah. But
you said the same about Arsenal fans as well, but Liverpool fans are just as bad, if not worse.
I don't really I don't really think Arsenal fans are all that. Like the Arsenal fans that I'm with, like the Arsenal fans that I know, they're not mouthy. So I don't mind Arsenal as a club. I don't mind Arsenal. The Arsenal fans that are online though, the ones that I see on Twitter every day chatting absolute bollocks online. Yeah, those ones. Yeah, no.
Oh, the top gooners don't go anywhere near them, pal.
Yeah, no. The top gooners need to do one. So yeah, I listen. Big up to you though if you're watching, but at the same time, pipe it down a bit. So yeah.
Well, congratulations on winning the league in advance, by the way.
Yeah.
No, because Arsenal aren't going to catch up. Forest aren't going to sustain it, and City have completely blown it.
Yeah, and Chelsea have fallen apart completely. They're not in a title race anyways, according to Enzo Maresca, but when they were 2 points off, what happened to the mentality? They dropped off completely.
Before
So it is what
playing
it is.
Everton, which if they won, they would have been top of the league. He said that we're
Yeah,
not in the title race, and since then they picked up 2 points from 12.
hundred
So
percent, 100%. But yeah, Liverpool win 5-0. I know it's a bit of lazy analysis, but I don't really have much to say about Liverpool. I mean, they won a game that they should have let's be real.
I want
They should have won anyways, and they should have been top of the league.
to
They
say
received
this.
top
This
spot.
sounds really salty towards Liverpool, but
Go
genuinely,
on,
they are
go on,
such
go
a
on.
well-drilled team. I don't want to. I don't want to make this sound like we're salty towards Liverpool. Obviously, we want to be in their position, but at the end of the day, they've been by far the best team in England this season, and they deserve it. They've
Yeah,
been far too close to their 20th title without guessing it. It's about
I
law of averages would dictate that they will guess it eventually.
and you know what's even worse. They don't even play that great. Sometimes they don't even play that great, but they get
Well, that,
results.
that's the hallmark of champions, isn't it? I mean, Liverpool. Like
Yeah,
whenever I've seen them, they haven't
catching up.
been at their best, but they've always got the result in the bag, and you can't help but admire that. So,
I
like I said,
remember.
full fair play to them.
I
Fantastic team,
remember.
fantastic coach. I love Arne Slot.
I
And
remember.
good luck for
Yeah,
the Champions League as well.
I
Carry on.
remember back. I remember back then, like United had some games where they were shocking, but they grinded out a result and then won the league. City 2-0 down at home to Villa on the last day, came back, won the league. You need to grind whatever possible to win the league. You need to do whatever you can, sacrifice to win the league. Make huge sacrifices to win the league, and you know what? If you do it, you do it. Doesn't matter how you do it. Doesn't matter how awful you've been. Just get it done. That's
Like I
really
said,
all. It's really all you need to do.
that's true. I love Liverpool as a club. I have to point that out as a club. In my opinion, they are the biggest club in England, one of the biggest in the world, and the fact that they've gone one league title in 35 years is an absolute travesty for a club of their size and stature. And
Yeah.
I do fully respect them as a club. And congratulations on your league title win. And if unless you face Arsenal in the Champions League, good luck in the Champions League as well. Honestly, Arsenal and Liverpool have no history in terms of hatred. You know what I mean? Obviously, we've had historic games in the past, like Anfield '89 and whatnot. But there's no malice towards each club. I think
Yeah,
there's a surface
there is
level
no
respect.
malice.
Yeah,
There is no malice. You're right, but it's all about how you get it done. So Liverpool do
it
it, they
is.
do it. I can't really say much about it. But I think that's all we have about Liverpool. Next up, Manchester United.
Fulham
I
away.
mean,
Ooh.
tough game, honest. By the way, yeah, the Premier League, you need to take a hard look at yourselves, because who does scheduling like this? Imagine kicking off at 7 p.m. on a Sunday night at Craven Cottage.
Unlucky, mate. I'll be enjoying it. Well, no,
It,
I honestly
it's
think you're going to win.
I'm not
But
I'm not worried about the time. I'm more worried about the fans traveling down to Fulham on a
regardless if United fans live in London anyway, you'll be all right.
Well, actually, no. I do worry about the time, because you know what it is? Us over here in Asia, we have to watch it at 2 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday night.
That's dedication, that is.
Bro, we watch our games quite late over here. So, yeah,
Very
it's
low.
dedication. It's what we do for football clubs, in it, but they don't repay us back. That's what I always say. They always fail to repay us. So, listen, at the end of the day, it's about continuing off of that Rangers game, because that Rangers game, for me, I thought we deserved to win the game. I don't think we were amazing, but look, we didn't take our chances. We didn't take our chances, and I'll be honest with you, we kind of caught life, because it could have been one of those smash and grabs that Rangers got, and that goal we conceded was the very first goal we've ever conceded against Rangers. We've played 4 or 5 games, and we've played 4 or 5 games in history against Rangers, and we've conceded only one. And we conceded the very, very first goal was against them last night. And look, it was a sloppy mistake from Maguire. Sloppy mistake from Maguire. Should have done better with that. And look, at the end of the day, we managed to we've now managed to get the win. Great ball from Martinez to Bruno Fernandes. That ball at the end, that finish, the timing was timing to perfection. I think that was absolutely brilliant. Like that was absolutely brilliant. The way he took that goal, the timing, the moment, how it happened. The pass from Martinez who he decided to pick out as well, and where the pass came from. Look, listen, great goal, great win. I'm gonna say I'll celebrate the win like it's an amazing win because I felt that we had a goal chalked off that shouldn't have been chalked off. The Delict goal should have stood. I think Garnacho missing another chance. We should have won that game by a lot more than what you think. So at the end of the day, we just need to we just need to go on to this game and we need to go into this Fulham game and do what we need to do. Just go and play, just go and win, play well and just win. That's all I have to say. I mean, really and truly, like the last game we had against Brighton, we handed Brighton the win with the 2 goals that that Onana gave them. I think the second goal Onana should have come around and claimed the ball. Sorry, excuse me. Let me say it in a clearer voice. Should have come out and claimed the ball. He should have come out and claimed the ball. Should have come out and claimed the cross. I think Mazraoui at the back post was poor defensively wise. Defensive wise, I think he did poorly. The third goal, man, bro, like terminated his contract after that. That was a disgrace. That was a disgrace of a goal to concede. How you concede that goal is beyond a joke. And then you concede a goal. Like you see many of these goals in the Champions League last season. It is what it is. Like, look, we've just not had a great season, and I think it's about it's about how we rebuild once again, another rebuild, more money wasted, on players that for me. Like I said, just need to rebuild this team, man. And yeah, look, at the end of the day, just go to Fulham, win, try and get a result, try and get a win. When I say a result, I only mean a win is acceptable here, not a draw. Only a win here is acceptable. No draws, no losses, nothing. Got to win. Got to win. We've got to win this game. Go back and finish. Just try and finish in the top half. That's all I've really got to say. Premier League wise, I've just completely checked out of the Premier League season, mate. That's our season done. But Premier League, Carabao Cup, we got knocked out by Spurs. Shouldn't have. Poor FA Cup. Look, Leicester get through. FCSB and Leicester are our 2 biggest games of the season. Those games are must wins. Next week we must win. Seal our place in the top 8 of the Europa League, and beat Leicester in the cup. That's all we have to do now for now. But yeah, sorry, what were you gonna say, bro?
No, I think you will beat Fulham. I think it'll be another last minute heroic showing from Manchester United. I think Fulham will completely dominate you. You'll be completely under the cosh and you still squeak out as for winners. That'll be a typical Manchester United smash and grab.
That actually plays into our hands. We don't do well with the ball. Whenever we give teams the ball, we tend to do better without it. So, it is what we play better off the ball than we do on the ball. So when we have the ball, we can play it around well. It's about, but when we're trying to win the ball back, when we're trying to play our best game, off the balls where we do best. We sit back, hit teams on the counter. So yeah, that's all I really say. Well, United fall 15. Look, listen. Premier League season for me, it's about for me trying to do well in the Europa League. I think Europa League is where I think we need to do well. Europa League, FA Cup. That's all I've got.
So Premier League games are a free hit for you then?
Pretty much, because I don't really have much. I mean, top half, and because the season that we had, right? Like I said, completely ruined our season in December. But completely ruined our season. Should have and sacked the manager a long time ago. Should have sacked Ten Hag since the FA Cup final. So, and y'all still have to hold what they get that goes their way, because they're the ones who made this mistake. They're the ones responsible for this mistake. They're the ones that should look to themselves and be like, yeah, we made a mistake with not sacking Ten Hag. You sacked him 2 months too late when you were already in a horrible position by then. We should have at least salvaged our season at the start with new signings, with new ideas. New a preseason, a transfer window, new tactics, new implementations, manager's system. Test it out in preseason. Get back to England. Kick off the season on the front foot. We were the first team to start the season. Do it again. I mean, look, all you need to do now is just start the season. Excuse me. All you needed to do was just start the season with confidence and with new signings, like I said, new tactics, new implementations. The season would have been better. Our season is completely derailed because we still had the manager that we had from last year that's completely failed us. Spent even more money. Spent pretty much on half the squad. Most of the signs are his. So if you get Ruben Amorim as new players, we'll see. We ain't getting Europe next season. Listen, we just had to try and win the Europa League. If we win the Europa League, then that's what we can do. That's what we can do. Because you don't have to be perfect in the Europa League to win games. You do not have to be perfect in Europe to win games. You do not. Sorry, excuse me. Let me say it again. You don't have to be perfect to win games in Europe. You just need to get results. It's a results business at the end of the day. We're not a perfect team. I completely hear that. I'm not happy with our team lately because the thing is, what can you do when the manager's coming mid-season and he doesn't have his own players? Ugarte is his only player because Ugarte worked for him at Sporting. That's it. That's the only guy that's his player. Why sack Ten Hag? Because he's a shit manager, bro. He's a shit manager. That's why. He should have been sacked a long time ago. Yeah, but he didn't do one league. Look at where we are. We're in a relegation fight because it's Ten Hag.
You're not going to get relegated. You've got 3 worse teams worse than you.
We should be finishing the top half, really and truly. But yeah, Xerxes is a good player. Finally, people have seen that like Xerxes is a good player. Xerxes is much better than Rasmus Højlund by a lot. Højlund does nothing off the bench. Højlund does absolute fuck all. So yeah. Score prediction? Yeah, I agree with you. 2-1 United. I think United will win this game. I think United will nick a victory down at Fulham. So yeah,
smash and grab.
Yeah, smash and grab really. Let me go and see other games as well. Let's just quickly go around this other games.
Tottenham Leicester.
Fulham 2-0. Fair enough. I mean, I won't be surprised if that happens. Bournemouth Forest is a very good game to watch.
That'll be a tough one.
Forest will want to win this game. If they get a result of Bournemouth, because obviously Bournemouth are right now they're 7th. They're a decent team this year, playing some good football. They could possibly get Europe depending on where they finish. Brighton, Villa, Fulham just behind them. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with a 2-2 draw. I think this game will be a draw.
I think this game will be a 2-2 draw as well. I was thinking that as you were talking. I think that'll be a fair result for both sides. They're two very good sides this season. Both
tough games.
Surprising results against the big boys as well. I think they've both been an absolute credit to English football this season, and long may it be a good game.
Yeah, I said that. I already reiterated that. Forgot to bring that comment up, mate. Big up Shivan, big up Varna, and big up Narrate as well. Brighton Everton 2-1. I think 2-1 Everton. I think Everton win this game. I think the manager bounce might play.
I'm at this game.
You're going to this game?
Well, no, I work as a steward for Brighton, so I'm at all of their home games. Yeah, nice, so I started off really well with a 3-2 win against Spurs, but since then they've been drawing or losing every game. I mean, they did beat City as well, but I think it'll be another 1-1 draw. Everton will frustrate. They'll take an early lead. Brighton will fight back in the second half, equalise, but
Yeah.
Fells final winner.
2 games ago, Everton won 5-1 away at Brighton.
Yeah, I remember that because Brighton went and smashed Arsenal 3-0 at the Emirates the game after. Yeah.
But Everton, but the thing is, with Everton now they have they have David Moyes back. They're gonna want to win. They're gonna want to win this game. They're gonna want to win this game big time. Away at Brighton, yeah, I think you go and get. I think you try and get a result. Everton are a must. Everton need to win this game if they want to stay up next year with David Moyes. Because David Moyes going back to Everton. Look, in the day, David Moyes is a fan favorite at Everton. Really, he's a massive fan favorite at Everton. Obviously, with the way things ended, or with the way things, yeah, I don't really know how it ended. Obviously, Sir Alex Ferguson sort of just like said, "Yeah, you're the next manager," and he just left. So I think he would have been the next. I don't think he would have left Everton if Sir Alex Ferguson didn't choose him. If Sir Alex Ferguson didn't choose him, I reckon he would have stayed at Everton. I don't think he would have left. Or did he hand in or did he just say he was leaving at the end of the year?
I don't think he did. I think Ferguson just recommended David Moyes to the Manchester United board, and because he would have cost a lot less than the likes of Mourinho or Pep, who were being linked with the job at the time. I think United were like, screw it, it's another Scottish manager. Hopefully he'll repeat what Fergie did. That is probably the thought process behind it. I mean, that's how crap your owners are and whatnot.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
fair enough.
I would not be surprised if that was the case.
Southampton, Newcastle.
5-0 Newcastle. Southampton are absolutely shocking.
5-1. I think Southampton get a smash and grab goal from somewhere, like a banger from Cam Archer or something.
Smash or grab in a 5-1 defeat. Bloody hell.
No, sorry, smash and grab. I mean, like a smash, just like a really nice banger of a goal. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, okay.
I'm at a banger. Sorry, I didn't mean smash and grab. Like it is the thing with Southampton. They're a shit team. Southampton are a shit team. So
absolute dog shit.
They're gone. They're 100% gone this year. There's no way they stay up now unless something happens and they just completely get like a goal on like a 10-20 game win streak. I don't know. That'll never happen in a million years. But
I think Derby in 07-08 had the same amount of points or even more points than Southampton did at this stage of the season.
I reckon they'll still get more. Like they just need to win 2 more games. They can win 2 games. They can definitely win 2 games.
Yeah, just wait until Arsenal, the last game of the season, and you won't be the worst team in Premier League.
Oh wait, is that your last game of the season?
Yeah, you just know that Ramsdale's going to turn in a masterclass, which I don't even want to think about it.
All right, imagine this case scenario: Arsenal,
I don't want to
need to win the league. Southampton need to win to stay up, and Southampton win stay up.
No, it would be more Arsenal if Southampton were already relegated.
Just imagine, yeah. Southampton need to win this game to stay up. Arsenal need to win this game to win the league. Just imagine this, yeah. That would be like, bro. That would be box office. Like this game would be. I think everyone tunes into this game.
It would be. It would be on Sky Sports and everything.
Oh yeah, Sky Sports pedal out everything, bro. They'll pedal out everything.
No, but genuinely, that would be one of a few times where their hype would be justified. That would be an absolutely insane scenario. Because you have the great escape angle. You have the great escape angle. You have the first title in 21 years angle.
No, I know, Varna. I'm just saying another scenario. If in another world where if this was the case, then I think it would be the biggest game of the season.
Genuinely, hopefully that won't happen.
Brighton, easy win. Isak hat-trick. Yeah, tough game. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Southampton will get a goal from Cameron Archer or something. Like a nice goal or something. I don't know, from somewhere.
They're so dog.
Crystal Palace taking on Brentford at home.
1-0 Palace.
1-1.
Fair enough.
Spurs Leicester. Tottenham have not won a home game in the league for 3 months now.
Blimey.
I
What
think.
was the last game? The last game.
Let me have a look. The last game it was Villa 4-1.
It was Villa as well. Blimey. 2-0 Leicester.
They beat Everton. They won once this season. Oh yeah, Southampton beat Everton this year, didn't they? Yeah, they did. But that was when Everton had Sean Dyche, and I think that was when Southampton had Russell Martin, wasn't it? Yeah, Russell Martin. Yes. Yeah. So Spurs have not won a home game in the league, in the league, yeah, since. Blimey. This was the date, yeah, that Tottenham have not won a home game.
Go on.
I'm trying to find the date that they beat Aston Villa. Hold on. I can't remember the date.
Was it in October?
It was November the 3rd. 3rd November. So on the 3rd of November 2024 was the last game that Tottenham have won at home in the Premier League. They've beaten Liverpool, they've beaten United, they've beaten that's it ever since. They've not won a game at home in the Premier League. In other competitions they've gotten a draw. They've gotten a draw against Wolves, but other than that, they've not won a game since in the Prem at home, which is crazy. So this is the best chance to get a result at home.
Leicester in poor form as well.
Yeah, they're in really, really bad form. Ruud van Nistelrooy is not doing very well. He's not doing very well with Leicester. Not doing very well at all with Leicester. I love Ruud. I feel for him, but yeah, it's not working out for him at Leicester. Joe's funny. He could be involved in every single United Leicester game this season. Ruud van Nistelrooy could be involved as a manager in all 4 games this season. If if United play Leicester away, yeah, and he's still the manager by then, he's the one that he's going to be there. You've also got another manager say when he was here as interim for both United Leicester games, and in the FA Cup he'll be the manager as well, assuming he'll be the manager in the FA Cup. So he'll be involved as the manager on both sides, at Old Trafford 3 times and away at Leicester 1 time. So yeah, but I'm gonna go with Spurs 2-1. What are you saying?
Ooh, 2-0 Leicester.
Oh, I hope you're right. Well, to
be honest, I don't really care. It's Spurs, isn't it? Like,
actually, no.
It'll just be pretty funny to watch on Match of the Day.
1-1. I'm going 1-1. Why not?
Fair enough.
And Aston Villa, West Ham.
Well, they played each other in the FA Cup at Villa Park. Villa won 3-1. I'll go with the same scoreline.
Yes, but second most goals in the league, but where they're in the table, they're 15th in the table, and they've not won a home game since the 3rd of November, like I said. So, it is what it is. But yeah, sorry, what were you saying, mate? Sorry, I interrupted you.
What was I saying? I don't think I was saying anything.
Did I move on to Villa West Ham yet?
Oh, yeah. I said I think it'll be the same scoreline as it was in the FA Cup. 3-1 Villa.
2-1 Villa. Or 1-1. I can't decide. 1-1. Actually, 1-1.
Okay,
1-1.
I think the league game.
I think the league game will matter more, because I say that, but I mean Villa need to win to get into European places. West Ham need to win to get out to try and get out of the top half, but they're not gonna get out of the top half. Bottom half. Sorry, excuse me, bottom half to get into the top half. But yeah, and the last game We already predicted that one, the Fulham United game. We talked about that one. Yeah, that's the last. That's the last game. That's the last game in That's the last Premier League game in January. Crazy how time flies. But I felt like January's gone by very, very slowly, even though the game's already ticking, the end's going ticking fast.
It's been dragged from an Arsenal perspective.
No, it has, 100%. Let me just quickly check if there's any other games we can predict. I mean, Napoli, Juventus.
0-0. Allegri master. No,
Yeah,
not Allegri. Thiago Motta masterclass.
You know, Juventus have not lost a game this season.
They've drawn 13 Serie A games.
Drawn every. So yeah, well, I'll go with 1-1.
I think I saw this week actually. I think we drew 0-0 with Club Brugge. Every single other game in the Champions League that night, how it was a high-scoring game by at least 3 goals, and then you just had Club Brugge 0, PSG, Juventus 0, with each side having 1 shot on target.
They drew. Was it away in Juventus as well?
No, it was in Belgium.
Oh
Bruges.
Man, because I was hoping that Club Brugge should do something for against Man City next week, but I don't know what's going to happen.
I think City will still go through.
Yeah, and it will be there to predict those games, people. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. We've got 21 of you watching. I can see the numbers. 21 of you watching. Make sure you guys click that link on YouTube, on the YouTube link on Twitter. It's on the quote tweet, and go and subscribe. Get me to 120 subs before the end of January. I'm on 113 right now. I'm currently on 113 subs. Subscribe. Get me to 100. Get me to 120 subs before January ends. And yeah, let's close out January in style. Josh, once again, bro, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming on my show, and thank you for hopping on. And I'll see you on Monday, I think, for the review show and Champions League preview show as well.
See you for Monday. Thank you for having me on again.
No, it's always a pleasure, man. I always love having you on, man. Like the channel, man. You're always good talking football with you, man. Yeah. And thank you guys thank you Varna, thank you Shivan and Narit for commenting and keeping the chat, lively as well as tonight, because we don't really have many people commenting, and all of a sudden people started and you guys started commenting and we started having a good conversation. So yeah, it's good to talk to you guys. Good to interact. And yeah, Premier League show Monday again. Weekly Premier League shows day, I think 2 times. I will see if we can try and fit FPL in next week, because this week I don't really have much to do. I don't know what to do. So we'll definitely talk FPL next week. And yeah, all's good. And I think we'll wrap it up here. Like, subscribe. United better fucking win. Better win on Sunday. And we'll see you guys later. Peace.
Arsenal better win as well.